This week, we got some fresh insights on Australia's labour market, and they confirmed our suspicion from last month that a gradual softening in the labour market is re-emerging. Starting off with the labour force survey, employment posted a decent gain of 24,500 in July, in line with our expectations. While this looks okay in isolation, it's important to note that it's coming after 2 months of virtually zero growth over May and June. So, in context, the latest gain doesn't really do too much to offset the weaker results we've seen recently. This is just one aspect of the data that's telling us that the labour market is slowing. Another key feature worth highlighting is the unemployment rate. Now, it did fall slightly in July, as we were expecting, but it is starting to trend more clearly above that 4% mark, which is where it's been hovering for much of the past year. An important part of this story is the sudden, large increase in youth unemployment over recent months. Youth conditions tend to be a bit more sensitive to changes in the economy, and when we've seen moves like this in the past, they've often come just before a drift higher in the total unemployment rate. So this is an area we'll continue to watch closely. On a more positive note, the labour force participation rate held steady at 67%, with female participation managing to hit yet another fresh record high of 63.5%. This continues a decades-long upward trend that is also being supported by recent strength in the care economy. Earlier this week, we also received an update on wages growth. The wage price index increased by 0.8% in the June quarter and is tracking a 3.4% annual pace. This was very much in line with what we and the RBA were thinking, telling us that the labour market is not posing any major upside risk to inflation currently. So overall, this week's data showed more signs that the labour market is resuming a gradual softening trend. And as a result, we continue to expect employment growth to slow and the unemployment rate to drift up over the rest of the year. We will have more detailed data on the industry mix next month, so please stay tuned as we continue to track the evolution of Australia's job landscape.
The content of this recording is informational and of general nature only, and is not intended to constitute a research report or reflect any recommendation or financial advice. It has been prepared without taking into account your objectives, financial situation, or needs, and investment decisions should not be based on it. You should obtain your own independent advice before proceeding with any investment decision. Whilst every effort has been taken to ensure that the contents are correct and any opinions, forecasts, conclusions are reasonably held based on information at the date of recording, Westpac does not make any representation or warranty as to the accuracy or completeness of the statements or information contained in this recording, and any liability therefore is expressly disclaimed to the extent permitted by law. None of the material included in this recording should be copied, published, or reproduced in whole or in part without the prior written permission of Westpac.